Dark Myth WuKong, Chapter 8. Brother, just as Sun Wukong and Pig had risen to storm Lingxiao Palace, they heard a shout from behind. Turning, they saw Sha Monk hastily arriving on cloud, flying and calling out.
Eldest brother, second brother, why didn't you wait for old Sha?
Sun Wukong, seeing Sha Monk's weary, rushed appearance, asked in surprise.
Sandy, where have you been? Why are you in such a hurry?
Sha Monk glanced sideways at Pig. Then, unusually, his face showed a troubled expression, stammering, unable to explain. Finally, Pig came to Sha Monk's rescue, saying to Sun Wukong,
Ayah, eldest brother, no need to ask anymore. It's just a small matter, I'll tell you later. It's not too late. Right now, the urgent matter is that old Jade Emperor.
Sun Wukong nodded in agreement.
Makes sense, makes sense. Heh, good then. Today, let our three brothers cause a ruckus. It's a pity Master and Little White Dragon aren't here.
With that, he slung the golden-hooped rod over his shoulder and strode towards Lingxiao Palace. Sun Wukong didn't notice, but as he mentioned Little White Dragon, a sinister smile flickered at the corner of Pig's mouth, while a trace of barely perceptible embarrassment flashed across Sha Monk's face. A moment later, a booming sound echoed. Lingxiao Palace's gates were smashed to pieces by Sun Wukong's rod.
Jade Emperor, old Sun is here to make havoc in heaven again. Ha ha ha.
And old Pig is here too.
And old Sha.
Extremely arrogant, yet filled with fury and exhilaration. The heavenly court finally could not escape this battle. When the clamor subsided, the three monkeys looked up, instantly stunned. Seated above Lingxiao Palace were four figures. The Jade Emperor, supreme of the golden towers of Haoshan. The Great Emperor of the Purple Palace of the North Star. The Great Emperor of the Antarctic, Supreme Palace of Gaoshan. The Great Emperor Zhenwu, subduer of demons of the northern Wadang. The four emperors radiated overwhelming power. Their killing, oddly. Besides these four, the vast Lingxiao Palace was deserted. It was the Jade Emperor who spoke first, his voice measured, showing no trace of panic. Which unruly subject dares to make such a clamor in my palace? Sun Wukong hoisted the golden-hooped rod, bowed his head slightly, and slowly said,
I am Sun Wukong, the handsome Monkey King, great sage equal to heaven, of the water curtain cave of Flower Fruit Mountain.
After Sun Wukong spoke, Pig dragged his rake behind him, holding only the handle, his voice trembling slightly as he announced,
I am Pig Wuneng, formerly Marshal Canopy of the Cloudy Mountain Cave of Fooling Mountain.
Sha Monk merely touched the Buddhist beads around his neck and heavily declared,
I am Sha Wujing, the river monster of the flowing Sands River.
Sun Wukong and Pig simultaneously turned to look at Sha Monk, seemingly questioning him, though it was just a fleeting doubt. After the three announced their names, before the Jade Emperor could speak, Sun Wukong suddenly questioned with overbearing arrogance.
Who are you people? How dare you brazenly sit in the supreme positions of the three realms?
The Jade Emperor calmly regarded Sun Wukong, amusement clear in his eyes. It was as if these three hadn't come to cause chaos, but to have tea and offer gifts. The Jade Emperor paused and said, Monkey, words are useless. The old debt between you and me, or rather between you disciples and me, should be settled. Today, let's end it all. You three brothers fight our four brothers, ha. Though it's unfair, surely you, great sage equal to heaven, won't mind. Right? Great sage equal to heaven? With that, the four Jade Emperors stood up, exchanged glances, and each took out their prized Dharma treasures, facing Sun Wukong and his brothers, ready for battle. Seeing this lineup, Pig slightly retreated a step and whispered to Sun Wukong,
Monkey brother, there are four of them against us three. This battle won't be easy. We can each take one, but what about Sandy? And there's still one left over.
Sun Wukong glared at Pig, then said to Sha Monk,
Sandy, among us, you have the lowest cultivation and dharma power. In a moment, when we fight, you just keep running around in the 22nd heaven. Our master, Patriarch Body, and great immortal Genuine are both there. These emperors are not to be trifled with.
Sha Monk, hearing this, instantly flared up. Gripping his crescent moon shovel tightly, he said,
Monkey brother, rest assured, old Shah knows his limits. I won't hold you and second brother back.
Good, haha, blockhead. Transform to your true form directly. We'll each take 2, and let Sandy watch the show.
With that, he slammed the golden hooped rod down, and his body rapidly swelled, towering like a mountain, muscles bulging on his arms, immeasurable strength contained within. Pig was unwilling to be outdone, letting out a roar, his body also swelling, transforming into an enormous pig. Though it was a pig, upon closer inspection, where was there any pig-like appearance left? 2 tusks jutted from the corners of his mouth, soaring into the sky, an immense killing aura assaulting them, shaking the very winds and clouds. Looking at his body, steel bristles covered him, joints all protruding with bone spurs, and his sturdy limbs were simply pillars supporting the sky. Finally, looking at his overall form, this true form of pig was actually even larger than Sun Wukong's heaven-supporting giant ape by a good margin. Seeing this oaf's form, Sun Wukong immediately panicked, his voice like thunder.
Blockhead, why transform so huge? Quickly compress your magic power, return to normal size. Or, you'll suffer later.
Pig grunted, then his entire body surged with magic power, seemingly about to erupt.
This oaf. I still need to help him a bit.
With that, a giant hand pressed down on Pig's shoulder, secretly exerting force. Then the enormous pig slowly shrank, eventually only about 3 times the size of a normal person. At the same time, Sun Wukong also shrunk to about 5 times normal size. Originally, in battles against experts like the Jade Emperor, larger wasn't better. A larger body meant more openings, and often one opening could lead to death. However, this was Pig's first time transforming into his true form after possessing such vast magic power. So his control over his power was somewhat flawed, hence Sun Wukong's intervention. At the same time, at Tang Sanzang's location, a major change was also unfolding. The 22nd heaven.
I wondered who was capable of converting my heavenly demons. So it's you, monk. Tang Sanzang of the Golden Cicada. I didn't expect you to appear here. It seems that 10 lifetimes of karmic burden are nothing more than this.
Leader Tomtian said with a strange, mocking tone.
Oh. It seems Benefactor knows quite a lot. To even know about my karmic burden. But I wonder if Benefactor knows about my degree-granting flower.
As he spoke, a faint white flower suddenly appeared, constantly spinning around Tang Sanzang. Upon closer inspection, this flower was indeed slowly blooming, withering, and blooming again, in a continuous cycle.
Humph. Degree-granting flower is indeed miraculous, but this old Taoist is not afraid of it.
Though his words were strong, a hint of caution in his eyes was still noticed by Tang Sanzang. Originally, the 2 who had held the upper hand, Leader Tongtian and Lord Lao, were now stalemated due to Tang Sanzang's appearance. Both sides had their reservations, neither willing to risk their lives truly. Leader Tongtian and Lord Lao truly didn't want to, while Bull Demon King and the others, even if they risked their lives, might not be able to hold them back. After all, the title of the 3 Pure Ones was not for show. The situation in the arena became subtle. Patriarch Bodhi used his body tree form to suppress Leader Tongtian, but though Tongtian was suppressed and couldn't move, he still had some residual strength. Lord Lao, with the 8 trigrams furnace in hand, was stalemated against Bull Demon King and the 6 sages. Although Lord Lao appeared imposing, in reality, he didn't dare to attack again. Without the heavenly demons, he could only use the 8 trigrams furnace to attack. But once the furnace left his side, if Zhen Yuanzi attacked, he would have no defensive treasure. Although Lord Lao had some confidence in the defensive power of his 8 trigrams immortal robe, he didn't dare let Zhen Yuanzi's ginseng fruit tree branch strike him. Not to mention, there was also Tang Sanzang's degree-granting flower spinning around nearby. Although Lord Lao didn't dare to attack, Bull Demon King and the 6 sages were also in a dilemma. The combined attack of the 6 could threaten Lord Lao, but with the 8 trigrams furnace and the 8 trigrams divine fire protecting him, the 6 couldn't do anything. And if they were accidentally touched by the divine fire, it would mean death and Tao dissolution. What about Zhen Yuanzi on the side? He also didn't dare to attack first, because he still had Erlang Shen beside him. Although Erlang Shen was slightly injured in the clash of strength with Myth WuKong, no one underestimated him. Erlang Shen hadn't attacked before, because Lord Lao's fire demons had the upper hand, making it unnecessary to attack. It was better to seize the time to recover from his injuries. But if Zhen Yuanzi attacked, Erlang Shen's eye on his forehead was not just for show. As for Tang Sanzang, in fact, he was also very helpless. He knew his own situation. Tang Sanzang had only just refined this degree-granting flower not long ago. Converting 6 heavenly demons was already very straining. After all, these heavenly demons were leader Tongtian's prized possessions. How could they be so easily converted? It was just that everyone was shocked by the appearance of the degree-granting flower and hadn't realized this. Today, this degree-granting flower was more for defense and deterrence than for effective offense. And so the situation remained in this awkward stalemate. Tang Sanzang's side wasn't actually anxious because they had too much faith in Myth WuKong. The heavenly court's strongest, the 3 pure ones, were currently restrained. 2 of them here today, and the last one, according to reliable information, was not in the heavenly court. Moreover, the heavenly court's famous generals were either blocked by the demon race or had become internal agents. So, Myth WuKong's only opponent was the Jade Emperor, and some grudges still needed to be settled by Myth WuKong personally. What they could help with was only this much. Interestingly, leader Tongtian's side also seemed relaxed and leisurely, seemingly not worried about the Jade Emperor. As for the reason, it was unknown. With the stalemate, both sides realized that without new forces joining, neither could do anything to the other. Zhen Yuanzi opened his mouth.
Holy monk, how did you appear here? Isn't Tathagata?
Tang Sanzang laughed heartily and said,
Haha, great immortal Zhen Yuan is right. If there were no surprises, I should be in the 9 hells right now, entangled by 10 lifetimes of karmic burden, my Buddhist power extinguished by the chi of the 9 hells.
Ah, how could this be? Holy monk, I heard Monkey say you went to the underworld to find that queen of Western lying. How did it become the 9 hells?
Bull Demon King, due to the scripture-fetching journey years ago, also had some friendship with Tang Sanzang.
This is a long story. It has to start from the Ulambana festival at Spirit Mountain 3,000 years ago.